I'm a blue red man.
Welcome back to Free Beer Tomorrow, we promise. Last time, we took to the skies with a commercial airline pilot to explore life in the cockpit and some strange, unexplained encounters high up in the sky. If you missed it, be sure to go back and check out the two-part episode. All right, let's do a little wellness check here because I think we have a whole bunch of peeps on the show today. Boomer, how's it going, girl?
It's going good. It's been a rough week, Joe, but I'm
What?
excited to be here. I'm excited to dive into a new topic this week that I'm not familiar with. So I'm
Okay.
excited.
Okay. Rough week. Do you want to expand on that, or are you good, or we just
No, it's just been I'm just glad the week is over. So
okay?
yeah.
Everybody has those. It's okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's pretty exciting because not only Boomer and Joe, but we've also got Marthy and Ray Ray.
It's a
Marthy,
party.
What's up,
guys.
guys and girls?
Hey,
Doing good,
Joe.
man.
I
How are
just want to
you?
say, Joe, you're a beautiful man. You
Really?
look amazing. Yes,
You
you
like
do.
it?
I do.
Amazing.
Yep.
You like it?
Very tan. Yes, there's something about you. It's radiating. So,
So, like, okay, I'm not going to say it, but
makeup? Is it makeup this time?
no
No,
makeup.
no makeup at all. All
No.
right.
Can you see? Can you see this little spot right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, right there.
Yep.
It's not herpes. I hit myself in the damn
Hey.
lip the other day. It was bleeding everywhere. But it's not herpes. It's not herpes, I promise. I I got that that's long gone by now. It's cream takes care of that, so it's all good.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Ray, you doing good?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing really good. How about you, Boomer? Boomer and Martha, you doing all right?
Doing well, doing well.
You
Good.
look great too, Boomer. I had to just point out that about Joe. So,
No, I say the same thing. He's looking very tan today. He lives at the beach, so he should look tan.
a sad
I
life.
should. I should. I don't like Marthy does not live at the beach, right? Marthy, you like the beach, but you don't live at the beach.
No, I live in the shade.
So if a somewhat pasty white man like yourself comes to the beach, do you have to use like SPF 2000 or something, or what? How does that work?
Yeah, times two. Always times it by two. If the recommendation is 100, you better go 200.
I got you. Okay. Well, we don't
And
want.
Joe, you know how like we will forget to, that reapply, the instructions, you should
Yeah,
reapply.
yeah.
Marthy definitely follows that rule where we don't.
Yeah, because I'd go well with those lobsters up there in Maine. You know what I mean?
Red as can be. Red as a lobster. All right. Well, glad everybody's doing good. Glad everybody's here. Let's talk about a couple things here quickly. All right. The last episode, obviously, it was a two-part episode. We had Captain Glenn, commercial airline captain. And I was shocked at some of the things he told us. And, we talk about UAPs all the time, right? And he has seen UAPs. He has reported UAPs, but a lot of times he's told that he doesn't see anything. So like what gives, right? Boomer?
Yeah, but right. So he also said he's seen some stuff, but now there's more conversation among pilots and staff with commercial airlines where they are seeing things. But yes, he said they report it, but there's no debriefings, there's no follow-up.
Nothing.
So again, do we really know what he saw? Is it government related? Is it something else? Is it something otherworldly?
Right.
But
Right.
like he has the best view, right? And I
No
know
doubt.
you brought that up with him. Like he's got the
Yeah,
best seat in the house on that
absolutely.
aircraft, for seeing any sort of activity that would be, something where it's like, that doesn't look like
Right.
a regular commercial airline.
When he
Yeah,
told us,
one of the things he said that was very interesting to me was when he's going west, you've got a plane that's 1,000 feet above you coming east.
Yeah.
And if they see it, they see it. And when they report it, it's multiple reports. It's not just him. It's,
Hmm.
like he said, it's like, he's talking about one of his first, mentors, pilots that he flew with the regional jets. He was just talking about, man, the dude was sitting there reading the newspaper and looked up and said, oh, okay. And then he says, you need to look this thing again. Looks up, says, oh, you'll probably never see that again. So that was pretty interesting. That was my takeaway. I still pondered on that one a little bit because you could tell that guy had seen something before, like Boomer said. So
That's if I recall correctly, that's when he mentioned to his, I think he was like a co-pilot at the time, and he mentioned to his captain, said, "Hey, look at those idiots out there with their landing lights on at 30,000 feet, right?"
yes,
Right.
absolutely.
And the landing lights got closer and brighter, and
Right.
next thing you know, it went zooming by and it had sparks flying out the back. And that's when his captain said, "Yeah, well, you're never going to see that again," and just
Hmm.
kept reading. Like obviously, like Boomer said, he's seen things before.
Yeah,
And
and
the
I know I
thing,
went on there and seen, he was talking about SpaceX, a lot of debris and stuff coming down that we don't even realize that's falling
Mhm.
from space, right? And I think Ray may have us a quick little video or a still shot uh, of something that just happened. When was it, Ray? Day before yesterday?
Yeah, let me bring it right up for you guys.
Well, reports of a fireball falling from
And here's the reports that Ray's got pulled up for us is what they're now saying is a fireball coming from the sky. But at first it was sort of,
here in our friend.
didn't know if it was a satellite, whether it's SpaceX material. We had no idea. But now they've determined if you look in that video, you'll see it coming down to the left.
Oh my gosh,
There.
look at that.
From
That's pretty big.
to South Carolina to North Carolina, everyone's
That was big. And to catch that on video was just amazing. I mean, being at the right place at the right time was.
Well, and look how bright it is. You're talking this is bright daylight. Look how bright that
burning up
is.
was maybe about the
Super
size
bright.
That video right there is
burning up.
crazy.
And fast.
So it's not going to actually hit the ground.
That thing's hauling ass.
Well, I know that it's probably difficult for some folks to see it behind us. We're going to go ahead and take it in full for you to have a closer look right here.
Yeah, that is
We're taking a closer look at multiple videos.
something else right there.
You all on our
Now
social pages. Yeah.
that's really a good shot of it.
Something strange in the sky, leading to multiple reports of this bright fireball streaking through the clouds.
And wasn't this in South Carolina?
Has been confirmed. Nothing.
Right.
However, like you were talking
Yeah, I don't know.
experts do believe it was likely a meteor, also known as a fireball, right? Burning through the atmosphere. Listen here.
I saw something in the corner of my right eye, a bright flash. So I looked up and I saw this red fire coming down with the blue tail on it, and went behind the trees, and I immediately called you guys, News 19, to find out whether you guys got a report on it, and he said no one reported it, and that he was going to do the research and find out.
Yeah, it was at West Forest, Georgia, but it could be seen in South Carolina.
In the various parts of the South.
Yes, we're always doing the research. You know what, our friend, here's the thing about this. I always miss everything that happens outside. So I miss this, but I am curious. I want to ask you, how rare is it to see a daytime fireball like that one?
It's not as rare because if it's big enough, well, we'll be able to see at least a smoke.
So it's a fireball?
That's what it ended up being, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they're reporting out of Columbia, South Carolina. But they're saying that the experts are saying it could be up to 3 feet in size. So again, that's how they were able to see it so clearly. But traveling at about 40,000 miles an hour.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
Talk about supersonic.
That's crazy.
Right.
It's really cool that people actually have videos of it.
Yeah, you
Because
gotta get your camera out fast for that one.
Yeah, all the UAP talk that we've been talking about is, I know I've said it before, but no one has videos of it, like actual videos. It's like I want to
Right.
see it. Like I want to be a believer in aliens and
Yeah.
all that, but damn it, nobody seems to get videos of it.
Well, it looks like dash cam is good for multiple things then.
There you
So
go.
it can capture accidents and fireballs just plummeting to Earth.
Love it. You're
Yeah.
right. And if you live in Myrtle Beach, a dash cam is great because so many people try to run into you. It's just bad. It's such terrible drivers. It's just ridiculous.
Why is that, Joe? Why do you think? Why do you think that is?
Oh man.
That's a different conversation.
Alcohol, maybe, or what? What's going on in Myrtle Beach?
So you want me to really give you my real opinion?
I do.
Is this a hot take? Is
Old
this one of
people
Joe's
or-
hot takes?
I'm going to be crucified for this, okay?
Oh, it's a hot take. Here we go.
And people, feel free to leave comments on this. I can take it. Whatever you want, I can take it. But here's my theory on the bad drivers in Myrtle Beach. Especially if they have a tag hanging from the rearview mirror, right? That's either a handicap sticker or tag, okay? Or it's a resort tag for a parking permit. So they're tourists, right? Either way, they may not be good drivers. If they're tourists, they may not know where they're going, right? If they have a handicap placard on their rearview mirror, they might be elderly, right? And maybe they shouldn't be driving. So my theory is either they're tourists that don't know exactly where they're going, they may be elderly and maybe shouldn't exactly be driving. Maybe they're elderly and they've been at happy hour and they damn sure shouldn't be driving. Or maybe it's all of the above. I'm just not sure. But I think it's got something to do with most of those things I just mentioned.
So I'll just clarify. So handicapped people should not be driving, is what you're saying.
I absolutely did not say that.
Okay.
But am I right? A lot of elderly people have a handicap placard, right?
Absolutely.
So that's it's my opinion. But maybe it's a resort parking pass or parking decal or parking sticker. And then if they have that, obviously they are tourists in our area, which is good. We want tourists here. We love tourists. And they may not know where they're going. They may switch lanes very erratically. They may just bow up in front of you on Highway 17 and do a flippin' U-turn in the middle of the road. Serious. I need a dash cam. That's what I need.
I'm buying you one immediately. It's
I mean,
Amazon.
right?
Yes, it'll be here tomorrow.
I feel like we hit a
Are you
spot
gonna
with
give it
Joe.
to me?
Yeah.
Are you going to give it to me?
Yes.
Really?
I have dash cams in both of my vehicles, so I
Well, look
don't
at
need
you
an
go.
extra one.
Well, you must have some good footage.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I've never needed it though. So
If you
So
get
you're
into
saying
that-
you're a good driver?
who, me?
Yes.
I think I am. Yes. I need to say it more confidently. Yes, I'm a good driver. Yes.
So you think you had to
So
think.
what,
Good driver.
in your opinion, what makes a good driver?
I mean, I think someone who is aware of their surroundings,
Good.
who is not getting into many incidents. I don't want to say accidents, but incidents,
Okay.
because that could be a lot of things. Some things you can't avoid, right? However, there are ways to, just be safer on the road.
That's my theory.
I
think
see it
there's,
all the time.
I just think there's a lot of distractions. They're messing with their GPS. To Joe's point, if I'm not familiar with the area, I'm, getting all just
Thank you.
yeah, just look. I'm trying to find my way around, because
Yeah.
I mean, you put me in, somewhere other than the woods up here. I don't know where I'm going to be going.
This is out of Joe's hot take on horrible drivers in the beach town that we live in. What I will say is he's got there's a very good point that comes out of it, which is if you see a vehicle that has something hanging from that rearview mirror that resembles a resort pass or a placard of some type, because I'm not going to call out handicap, just avoid them, move around them. It's like when you're on the highway and you've got that, I always call it the final destination moment, right? A log truck. You don't want to be anywhere near that log truck.
Good point.
Yeah, because pieces
So
are
you
going to
either
be flying.
slow down or you get around them, right? You got to be the more aggressive as well as safer driver out there.
Can I make a point on log trucks?
Yes.
Go for it.
They freaking haul ass, let me tell
Yeah.
you. Of all semis on the road
Yeah.
that I encounter,
Yeah.
I swear, log trucks, they go. They have
They
somewhere
do.
they're gonna get there.
Yeah.
And I'm not
Well,
saying they're bad drivers,
most truckers have that mentality, right?
but
They've
but
got
I
somewhere to go. They got something to deliver or pick up,
but man,
right?
these loggers, I'm telling you, like they're on a mission to get from point A to point B for sure.
Yeah.
So Boomer, if you're trying to avoid a log truck on the highway, are you the one that speeds up? You take that pedal on the right side and just mash
It
it, or do you
depends.
just back off?
It depends on the situation. Depends on traffic. It depends on so many factors.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's why you have to be aware of your
Very much so.
surroundings.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
And that goes back to Marthy's point of the less distractions, the better, because then you have more of awareness of what's going on around you. Yeah.
I promise you, if you encounter a driver that's varying speed, going slower, going faster, maybe almost coming out of the lane they're in here or there, if you do get a chance to pass them, 9 times out of 10, there's a telephone in their hand.
Yeah.
And people, here's a PSA. Just be careful with that. Use common sense with those damn phones.
You like
Everybody's
your
got them.
PSAs. Yeah.
What did I say? PSA?
Yeah. I think you
Yeah.
had one last week too.
Yeah, I like to throw them out every so often. I'm a friendly guy. I like to try to help people. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But
I want to shift this because I think this is a perfect time to talk about the need for speed.
the need for speed. Okay. All right. Well, I'll go one step further with that, Boomer. And we're talking about UAPs and this and that, right? When it comes to things flying through the air, Ray, help us out on this. So this right here, people, is not a UAP. This is not unidentified. This is a 50-pound race car tire and wheel flying through the air, and it is about to hit that boy that's in front of it right there. And this just recently happened at a race in Pocono. And I wanted to bring it up because this fellow's name is J.P. Keeley. I don't know him personally, but he is a rear tire changer for the Shane Van Gisbergen race car. And during this race, AJ Allmendinger, who actually we're going to show a video here. So this is from AJ Allmendinger's car, goes into his pit stall, slides long, hits his own guy, knocks a tire out of the man's hand into JP. And what it did is the tire actually hit that pit gun and knocked the pit gun into JP's ribs. And that tire weighs 50 pounds. And it's probably going about 60 miles an hour right there. Well, if you notice there, JP, he got back up, went over and continued and finished the pit stop. But the guy had 2 cracked ribs and a partially collapsed lung.
That's crazy.
If he,
When you told me about that, I started reading more up on it because I figure at that point the adrenaline was just pumping through him to fit because he finished his job.
You're exactly right. Yep, you're exactly right. The adrenaline, you do. But that's what these guys do, right? They get hit, they get whatever happens, but they finish the job, and then after that, it's like, oh shit, that hurts, right? Like that hurts bad. And he ended up going to a hospital, spent the night in a hospital up in Pennsylvania. And from what I understand, I don't know how long he's out, but he's going to be out at least for one race. And an injury like that, he should probably be out for 4 to 6 weeks, right? If I know him at all, he's going to be back sooner than later. Because you don't, if you're a pit crew guy like that, you don't want someone else in your spot pitting your race car. I mean, you just don't want that. And I hope he's okay. I hope he's going to be okay. I'm sure he will. Sending out good thoughts to JP. Hope you get better super soon and get back on pit road. But, stuff like that, it happens. I mean, people don't realize, you know, NASCAR, they have pit road speeds for the race cars, and it differs by every racetrack. The bigger tracks, like that was at Pocono, for instance. Well, the pit road speed at Pocono is 55 miles an hour. So go stand next to a highway where cars are going 55 miles an hour,
Yeah.
and just think about jumping out when those guys are going by like that, right? I mean, it's kind of crazy. But that's one thing about races on TV, and I've never really talked about this, but you don't get the full effect of the speed of the cars on TV.
Hmm.
You really need to see a race in real time in real life to really get a good
Yeah.
sense of the actual speed. But it brings me to another little experience I had. It was when I had first started changing tires. It was back in 1990. The cars, there was no pit road speed. So the drivers could come on pit road as fast as they could possibly go. And of course, they all went as fast as they could because it means time. You get in the pits, you get your work done, and you get back out sooner than somebody else. So it's all part of the race. But unfortunately, back in 1990, it was at Atlanta. And Ray, do you have that video?
I do, Joe. It's coming up right now.
All right. So this video, again, from Atlanta, 1990, Michael Rich, and I knew Michael. He was a mechanic and a tire changer on Bill Elliott's race car. And this was back, no pit road speed, no helmets, no fire suits.
That's
Well,
crazy.
a car got out of control.
Look at that. Oh my
That's
gosh.
There he is right there on the rear tire.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, he died. And it was terrible. What it did is it brought out a new rule after this race where NASCAR implemented pit road speeds. But it's absolutely a terrible thing that happened.
Oh my goodness.
It's unfortunate
This was
that
in
things-
1990?
This is 1990.
So after this incident, which unfortunately they lost a life,
Yeah,
they implemented, you said speed regulations, right? But you also mentioned it depends on the speedway.
it does.
Okay.
It
Or the
does. So
track. Okay.
yes, typically the bigger the track, the faster the pit road speed is available. The
Okay.
smaller the track, and I believe that pit road speeds go down to 30 miles an hour at some of the small short tracks
Okay.
and up to 55 miles an hour at the bigger tracks. And it varies everything in between. Now, that particular racetrack, they're going to race at Atlanta very soon. It's very complicated. They have actually two pit road speeds that the drivers have to adhere to because the pit road entrance is coming into turn 3, which going around turn 3 and 4, the pit road speed is 90 miles an hour. Now, there's no people out there, so that's okay. But it's 90 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Once they hit pit road, I believe it's 45 miles an hour that they have to slow down to where all the crews are at. So it's different every track. Uh, NASCAR gives the car a 5 mile an hour buffer, which I don't understand. It just if the speed limit is 55, just say it's 55, right? But what the teams do, because they're going to get everything they can get all the time, they give them a 5 mile an hour buffer. So as long as they're not going over 60 miles an hour, they don't get any penalties. So
Okay.
so what do you think the teams do when they set their pit road speed tachometers and
Mhm.
lights and everything for the driver? What do they set it at? You think they set it at 55? Hell no, they set it
No.
at 59.9, right?
Right.
That's what they do, and that's just
Yeah.
racers. But
Well,
very
like you said,
unfortunate.
every millisecond counts for them. So
Every millisecond counts.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, other than what we saw from 1990, which clear was, that, luckily they learned from that and they made
Right.
changes
Right.
to help prevent and, just roll out additional safety precautions. But what else have they done over time? Or, when in your time in racing, what other changes did they make to ensure the safety of the crew that's out there, the driver?
So there's been a lot since 1990, and again, unfortunately, it takes something like that to happen to bring up new rules, right?
Yeah.
But if you watch that video and look at it, there's nobody's wearing helmets. Nobody's wearing any fire suits, which, obviously in that situation, I don't know that a helmet or a fire suit would have done anything. Obviously not the fire suit, but the pit road speed's the big thing. But fire suits, helmets, and they've got new rules that I'm not even exactly aware of, where drivers can't cut in too close to another crew if they're in their pit stall.
Okay.
Whereas
That would
back
make sense.
in that day,
Yeah.
they could go wherever.
Right.
And very unfortunate situation.
And I don't know, just because, and Joe, you know this about me. I don't know that much about racing. So all the questions I have, I go to the guru, which is you. Um,
Thank you.
but if I look at the clip from 1990 and I compare it to the more recent clip that we watched at the beginning, where we had the more recent incident with where you said he's got some broken ribs, he had the collapsed lung. It also looks like there's less people on pit road now. So are they also like, are they trying to make sure that if there has to be a certain number of staff that's there, that they're more spread out for safety, or there's just I mean, it looks in that 1990 clip, it looks like there's just a ton of people over there.
Boomer, you're very observant, very impressive.
I try to be. Yes.
So
While I'm driving and while I'm watching these clips. Yes, sir.
back in 1990, there were 7 people that could go over the wall to pit a race car.
Okay.
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 7 plus a driver service person, which is 8.
Okay.
And that person can only service the driver, hand him
Okay.
water, whatever. Since then, you're right. NASCAR has cut down the number of pit crew members that can go over the wall. Now it's 5.
Okay.
So you're right. If there's 40 cars in a race and everybody pits, early in the race, you're right. It basically eliminated 80 people on pit road.
Yeah.
So to your point, that's one of the things that NASCAR has
That's
done.
a safety improvement. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Wow.
But also you look at that still picture we showed,
Mhm.
JP, you can't see his face. He's covered, with a helmet and a shield and he got a full fire suit on with gloves. I mean, I used to pit race cars with people that didn't even wear gloves, which is really crazy.
Wow.
But almost
Well,
looks like
and
some sort of warrior, right?
yeah, but also like in the video, you also see, and I feel like there's some choreography that goes on. So do they have coaches, supervisors, like, because they all have to work together in a very, small window of time.
Absolutely. Yeah, the pit crews have evolved so much since I started doing it. And it's
Okay.
even evolved since I stopped doing it 5 or 6 years ago. These guys are all athletes. These people that pit these race cars, most of them were super great collegiate athletes. Some were in the NFL, some were in Major League Baseball. That boy that we're talking about there, JP, he was a very good lacrosse player before he got into racing. So there's been a huge swing in the fact that these people that are athletes that can move quicker and that are stronger,
Hmm.
they can pit a race car faster. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
So that's also a great question. Boomer, we gotta get you to a race.
Yeah. I think that would be fun
I
for
think if we
sure.
if we would take you to a race, you'd be hooked.
Although I do feel like, just because now we've talked so much about this, I feel like I would be more focused on the pit crew and what they do than the actual race.
Well, that's okay. That's all right. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, pit crew guys need love too. You know what I mean?
That's true. Yes. So
Yeah.
so Joe, what's your take on this? You were in racing for how many years?
32.
32 years. So looking at historically, looking through your time in that world, looking at this most recent incident, do you think it's just the nature of the sport, or do you think that more can be done to just to help with the safety protocols and just to ensure that, that there's more safety, rules set in place for, like I said, the driver, the pit crew, everybody involved?
I'm not sure that there's a whole lot more that you can do on pit road to make it a lot safer.
Okay.
Now, I will say that IndyCar, they actually have a rule that if you're a driver and you're on pit road and you hit a crew member, whether it's your own or whether it's another team's crew member, I think it's based on the severity of the situation or what the situation all entails. But IndyCar will actually park you. Like they will say, all right, you just run into that crew member, you're done. Put it on the trailer. You're done for the day. NASCAR does not do that. Now, if NASCAR would implement a rule like that, maybe these drivers would maybe just be a little bit more cautious coming onto pit road. I don't know. I mean, it's all about speed. It's all about how fast you can get into your pit box, how fast you can get out. Uh, it's it's just one of those things. And as long as there are live pit stops happening, competitive live pit stops with human beings running out there pitting these race cars, stuff like that's going to happen. And it's been
Yeah.
happening for years and years and years.
Until we have robots take over
No,
those
no,
jobs.
Boomer, we don't want that.
I just wanted to circle back to the UAP conversation.
Martha and Ray Ray, what do you guys think?
I'm just looking at Marty, seeing if he's going to respond or not.
Yeah, I was watching Boomer keep going with these questions because I think she needs to ask him about the lug nut differences now, if that made a difference in the safety going from 5 to 1. So she can pick back up with her question because this is a pretty good episode. Just you two talking about NASCAR. This is good.
Is that another safety thing that Joe failed to bring up?
Well, it's not necessarily safety, but it's a lot. It could be.
It's the evolution of the race car, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's evolution, but it's also they don't have to, get distracted by five. If they drop 2 or 3 lug nuts on the ground and they're digging under the car to find them and turning around, they got one big nut, so it could be safety too.
You got to have big nuts to be on pit road, Marty.
Joe, why don't you go into the one big nut
Marty.
conversation?
There you go. Yeah. Go into that, Joe.
No, we won't go into that. It's all right. It's all right. But Martha's right. The evolution of this new car in NASCAR, they have one single lug nut that holds each wheel on. And back when I was doing it, there was small little lug nuts that were 5 of them. So as a tire changer, you had to hit each one individually. And hand-eye coordination, that was important. Speed of your hands, that was important. And like Martha said, lug nuts fell off, lug nuts got knocked off. Things happened. Now, I'll give you a very quick little story. We were out in Fontana, California one year, and the very first pit stop, this was a 500-mile race, and we were going to probably pit about 12 times that day. It was going to be a lot of pit stops, okay?
Okay.
The first pit stop, changing rear tires on Ryan Newman's race car, I ran out to the right rear and I started hitting lug nuts, taking them off, and a lug nut flew up. And of course, I wasn't wearing safety glasses, just it's not mandatory, and I didn't have a helmet shield or anything like that. And a lug nut flew up and hit me right in the corner of my eye right here, and actually, I wear contacts, actually remove the contact from my eye.
Oh my goodness.
Now, I didn't know this at the time. I finished the pit stop. I got done and I started looking around and I'm like, damn, I think I lost my contact. And that lug nut, it hit me in the corner of the eye, made a little spot. It was bleeding a little bit, but didn't hurt my eye at all, but took the contact out of my eye. So now I have one contact. It's the first pit stop. We're going to do 11 more that day. I don't have a spare contact with me because who the hell would have that on pit road? I go out on pit road and I start looking for my contact.
Mm-hmm.
And a NASCAR official walks out there with me and says, "What are you doing?" I said, "I've lost my contact." I said, "It come out of my eye." The guy walks around, looks down, bends over with his old nasty gloves on and picks it up and says, "Is this it?" He's got my contact in his fingers. I'm like, "Yeah, that's it." So I took it. It wasn't torn, wasn't ripped. I took it, took a little water, rinsed it off a little bit, stuck it in my eye, and just
Good to
kept doing
go.
pit stops. That's a true story. In fact, there was some newspaper actually wrote an article about it out in California. Pretty interesting. But stuff happens. This new one big lug nut,
Yeah.
it stays in the socket. Like it's the same lug nut you take off, reattaches the wheel, the same one. So there's not like in the old days when I was doing it with five lug nuts would fly off and they fly everywhere. And there
Mm-hmm.
were five new lug nuts on the new wheel that you had to tighten up. So,
So
and
you
that,
mentioned that the safety goggles were not mandatory, but they were available for you.
oh, of course, yeah.
Right. But did you just feel like they got in the way or you just didn't have good vision with them on? Like, why wouldn't you wear them?
So it's a good point. It's a very good point. Uh, I never found a pair of safety glasses or goggles that didn't seem to distort my vision a little bit.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah.
So I'm curious after that incident, because it could have been way
No,
worse,
no,
how close it came to your eye.
right. No,
You can,
never wore them. I tried a couple more.
wow.
Thought, wow, that'd be a good idea to have safety
Living on
glasses.
the edge, Joe.
Yeah, well, it just is what it is. But no, there was no rule on it. I mean, that was a personal thing, you know?
Yeah. So the single lug nut, I am curious, and I don't know if we know this, but did they change to this form for safety, or was it for the timing of it?
Again, it's the car. And if you go to other racing series,
Yeah.
Indy cars, Formula One, they all have the single lug nut.
Okay.
So I don't really know the theory behind the one lug nut situation
Okay.
because actually the NASCAR Truck Series and the NASCAR Xfinity Series still today have five lug nuts. So
Hmm.
So, Joe, do you see this?
yeah,
So look, blind luck. Joe Piet Jr., rear tire changer, and Ryan Newman's
There
number
it
12
is.
Penske Racing Dodge. Spent most of the first pit stop and last Sunday's Auto Club 500 at California Speedway, feeling his way through his job. Piet found he was having trouble seeing out of his left eye after a lug nut came off the right rear wheel and hit him in the eye, knocking out his contact lens. Man, you are joking.
no, no.
He had
Yeah,
returned to in his proper place and was ready to get back to work. I literally got the lens washed off just before you came in for the second stop. He had told Newman, "It's on me."
there you go. There you go. See?
Wow.
Yeah, I wasn't joking.
That is awesome.
I wonder if that contact lens like saved your eye.
It may have. What
I think it did.
I still don't to this day understand how it actually took the contact out of my eye, but did not even scratch my eye.
Yeah.
I've never understood that.
No, that's just you were very lucky.
Oh, very lucky. Yeah, I'd rather be
Yeah.
lucky than good any day.
Right. And no issues with eyes, like your vision was good after that. I mean, outside, obviously you needed contacts, but
Yeah, no,
No
nothing. Like I
issue, no,
said,
like no other issues.
I had a small mark
Wow.
right by my nose, and it was bleeding a little bit, but my eye had nothing. Not a scratch, not a mark, nothing. Crazy. Blind
But
luck.
enough force to take that contact lens right out.
Took it right out. Took it right out and sent it. And we're all out there running around.
Still
And the
decided
NASCAR
safety
official,
glasses were not for me.
no, got to live on the edge, I guess. I I never said I
I
was very smart.
guess. I
Never,
okay.
yeah, never said I was very smart. But anyway, a lot of guys
Oh my
today
goodness.
they do wear either safety glasses or a full shield, which helps. And that's a big thing now too. The helmet technology
Yeah.
for pit crew members, it when we first started
Yeah.
wearing helmets, we wore BMX bicycle helmets and stuff like that. I mean, nowadays they have the full shields and everything. And now you're not going to find an article about this one, Ray, but I will tell you during pit practice one day at one of the shops, I had a lug nut come off and hit me in the front tooth and took about a quarter of my tooth out.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. It just happens. But it looks good now, right? See?
Beautiful.
We told
Actually,
you earlier, you look beautiful.
Yes, you do.
actually, my dentist at the time, I went to him. I said, "Look what happened." He said, "Oh yeah, I'll fix that up." And he put a new piece on there, and it's still there today. And that was probably 15 years ago, 20 years ago.
Wow.
Damn good dentist.
All right, Joe. So we've talked about so what was JP's title? You said he's a rear tire changer.
Correct.
Okay. But there's other obviously because you said they've got it now. There's 5
Right.
that can jump the wall
Right.
when these cars come in. See, I'm
To
learning.
actually service the race car,
Service the race car.
they do allow an extra person for driver comfort, driver service, if you will.
Okay.
And that includes handing them a water bottle, perhaps.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That includes pulling windshield tear-offs, which that's a whole nother thing we haven't talked about. But these windshields on these race cars have layers of plastic tear-offs
Okay.
because you get a lot of grease and oil and dirt and rubber. Rubber hits the windshield, leaves marks. So the driver's vision goes away as the race goes on through the windshield. Well, they come up with these tear-offs where you pull a tear off and it's like a brand new windshield.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
So
Okay.
that sixth person can do that.
Okay.
But there's a front tire changer, a rear tire changer, a jack man, a tire carrier, one tire carrier, and a gas man or a fueler, either way.
Okay.
Now, back when I was doing it, we had a catch can man who actually stood behind the car, and there was a overflow valve that came out of the back of the race car that when the fuel cell was full, fuel would come out of there, and you had to catch it somehow we had a catch can. Thus, that was called the catch can man.
So the gas man or woman,
Yes, there are some females on pit road. You're right. I'm glad
is
you.
there? Oh,
Yeah.
awesome. Okay. So that person, that to me sounds like the more hazardous role, but I could be wrong. So can you tell me a little bit more about like what safety or PPE they wear?
So they are required by the rules to wear a full face helmet that has
Okay.
to be certified for
Okay.
fire, and they have to wear what's called either a no, I'm not gonna no, I can't come up with a name, like a helmet skirt that hangs down that's fireproof,
Okay.
or they have to wear a head sock which is fireproof underneath their helmet. So that's been in the last few years. They wear a full fire suit and they wear a apron that if they get gas spilled on themselves, the apron repels the fuel. So it doesn't go straight to the fire suit and soak into the fire suit.
But the apron is that's newer technology or something that recently they've implemented for safety?
No, that's been around quite a while.
Oh, it has. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what you don't want to do is you don't want to get racing fuel spilled on yourself because it burns. And
Okay.
most of the time, if you're a fueler, if you get fuel spilled on you, it gets spilled on your front side. And no matter where it's spilled, whether it's your waist or below your waist, especially, and it starts burning, it's a bad feeling. It's a very bad feeling, as you can imagine.
Hey Joe, maybe you can walk me through what's going on here. This is an invisible methanol fire.
Yes, that's Indy cars. And they use methanol, and see, you can't see it.
You don't see anything.
You don't see anything. Now, I believe since this, they've changed what they use.
Huh.
That's correct. But it burns clear.
1981.
Okay, that's what I thought. It was back there a little ways.
Yep.
But if a NASCAR type fuel catches on fire, you definitely see it. Definitely see it.
Jeez.
Okay, so this is what it says. So Indy cars currently use 100% renewable race fuel, primarily ethanol. While the Indy car previously used methanol, they
Yep.
switched over to ethanol blends for the safety reasons, which we just saw in that clip why.
Right.
But methanol was initially favored due to its high octane and cleaner burn. But it had that nearly invisible flame, which can be dangerous in accidents.
That's scary.
Yeah.
So,
That's scary.
so they would feel the heat, they would feel the burn, but they just
Oh, yeah.
wouldn't see it.
Literally, literally, if you are on fire with methanol, you are on fire
Yeah.
just like any type of gasoline or anything, except you
Yeah.
can't see it. So it was very dangerous that way.
Well, and I think Ray, what you just showed, that was the most dangerous one. It says it's the 81 Indy 500.
And you saw that driver was waving his hands and getting the heck out of that race car.
Oh yeah.
Fire is very scary. Very scary.
Would you say that a fire is probably the number one concern on the racetrack or on pit road, or is there something else?
So I'm going to stick to pit road.
Okay.
I think the first most dangerous thing is getting hit by a race car,
Yeah.
right? But it's kind of I'm saying the obvious, but
Are we saying the second is a component of the race car, which is what
That's-
happened to JP?
it's exactly where I was going with that.
Okay.
Exactly right. Because that happens more than people realize. And the TV cameras don't always catch it.
Yeah.
But they're doing a lot better job in recent years of catching things because they've put more cameras on these race cars. They put, more cameras in different places at the racetracks and things like that. So we're getting to see a lot of things that have been happening for years and years and years, but no one ever really saw it
Unless you were there, right?
unless you were there. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now fire, for a driver, I got to think fire for an actual race car driver is one of the most scary things because
Okay.
if you're going, a lot of these big tracks, they're upwards of 200 miles an hour. And something happens, let's say an engine blows and oil and gas and all that, comes from under the hood. Well, if you're going 200 miles an hour, those flames are trying to come into the driver's area. Just because you're going that fast, right? I mean, and any little hole, any little crack in the firewall area or anywhere around there, the flames are going to come in by the driver. So of course they're all outfitted with fire suits and everything, a lot like the pit crew guys. I mean, they have a little bit stricter rules with gloves and things like that. But for a driver, if their car catches on fire and they're going 200 miles an hour, it just takes a while to stop, right? You can't get away from it.
Well, and you're clustered on the track.
That's right. Yeah. We're going to get you to a race.
Yeah, I need to, for sure. Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, see, back when I was doing it, if I'd take you to a race, I'd let you use the pit gun and change some tires on the practice hub on the
That doesn't sound
pit
safe,
box.
Joe. I don't know if you want me
Oh yeah.
messing around.
Well, she may have had a nut in her eye before, but I don't know if she's ever actually changed a tire.
Whoa.
Whoa, sorry.
Whoa now.
Sorry.
My gosh, Joe.
Is this free beer tomorrow after dark? All of a
After
sudden?
dark.
Yep.
That's
Oh, no,
it.
after dark now.
Oh boy. But very good questions, Boomer. Very impressed. We're going to work on getting you to a race, no doubt.
I definitely want to, for sure. Do you have any final thoughts on pit road and safety?
No, I think we've pretty much covered it. I love to watch the races. I love to watch the cars when they pit. I know most of the people on pit road, and I hope every time they pit, I hope no one gets hurt.
You know what? Before we close this out, I have a question for you. Do you miss it when you watch these races? Do you miss it?
Yes, I miss parts of it. I don't miss being gone all the time, the travel, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's a brutal schedule. They start racing, in February, mid-February, and they don't stop racing until the first part of November. It's a
Right.
brutal long season. And this year, 2025, the schedule allows for 2 weeks off, which they had not too long ago. I think it was like in first part of May or something, I forget. But so they had 2 weeks off, but now every weekend these teams are going to the racetrack, going to the racetrack, going to the racetrack, which for a fan like myself, I love it because I get to watch the races on the weekends. So
Yeah.
it's all good. But so no, I do miss it. I miss the competition.
Hmm.
I miss a lot of the people, which is very cliche because most people that get out of racing say, "Oh, I don't miss it, but I miss the people." But it's true. You miss a lot of the people, and but there's also parts you don't miss, and it's okay, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, to
I know
answer
you
your
said
question.
it, I know you said it's cliche, but I think you hit it though. You're with those people so much.
Oh, absolutely. I
You
mean,
can't help but build relationships then because you're on
oh
the
yeah,
road with them for so long.
absolutely. Yeah.
They
I mean,
become your family because you don't see your family.
you're exactly right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, speaking of that, I do want to say, Joe, and you mentioned before, our thoughts do go out to JP, the injured crew member, and that entire team. We're
Right.
wishing him a full, fast recovery.
Absolutely.
And if you've got thoughts on this topic or a story to share, please be sure to comment on our YouTube channel. And while you're there, be sure to like and subscribe. And that is Free Beer Tomorrow podcast. And you can also follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Spotify. And Joe, I've got something that I wanted to let you know about. I'm not sure if you know about this yet. So we've
Okay.
got something special coming in the near future. We'll be sitting down with Jason Passmore
Oh,
for an
nice.
unfiltered, in-depth conversation
Beautiful.
that I don't think anybody wants to miss. So we're going to
Right.
go behind the scenes, talk about some stories, powerful insights on his passion for music and community. And Jason brings that kind of real talk and energy that I think is going to stay with a lot of folks long after our episode ends. So whether
Awesome.
you're a longtime fan or just getting to know his work, you won't want to miss this. So everybody stay tuned, stay curious. And as always, thanks for listening.
To dance, and I didn't come here to talk. I just came here for the whiskey, and I'll be here.